Hello and welcome to Castle's Corner. Just keep up to date with all the latest research articles that I can put out as quick as I can regarding bodybuilding, nutrition, health, relationships, and anything else I can help you guys with. Go to my website, castleinprogress.com. Check it out. It's all free. Just start helping yourself, guys. On to the podcast. I'm here with Kathy. Y'all know Kathy.
Hi, Castle.
Got a few more questions and then a topic I want to talk about in this video today, which is going to be motivation to lose weight. But let's get to the questions first, Kathy.
Well, I happen to have a very good question for this week that most, I would say, us women think is something that we have to do for our butts to look nice. And the question is it true that the more squats that you do, the better your butt is going to look?
A resounding no.
Thanks.
I don't want to yell, so I'm going to say no. I'm tired of answering this question, but we'll address it because it's maybe the first time you've heard it addressed to the viewers out there. The answer is no. This goes back to what we were talking about in our previous video, the biomechanics of exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, people have a very strange idea that for some reason the laws of physics do not apply to their bodies. They think that the human anatomy is somehow special in their case. I don't understand the concept behind that. Everyone has very similar anatomy, as I'm sure you know, and there are exceptions. But in regards to muscles and bones, we're all the same. The reason I say muscles and bones is because your muscles, let's call them ropes. Let's call your bones levers. And as we all know, I'm talking about physics and we're talking about weight. I'm talking mostly about gravity with downward pressure right now. So if you know the basic principles of physics and anatomy, you know the best exercises. It's very, very simple. It is not complicated. I will not be making a video about the 10 best butt exercises. I will not be making a video about why squats are amazing to build big quads, because it's not true, it's a lie, and I won't do it. I will be making a video about the best exercise for your glute.
Yes.
The second best if you don't have that, and the third best if you don't have that. But there's still only one best. The squat is, I don't even know, if the list was 100 things long, the squat wouldn't even be on the list. It's not anything to do with your gluteus. At the very most, at the very top portion of an extremely heavy weighted squat, if you're doing it correctly, you would get 8%, maybe 10% activations in your glutes. Which is not anything to go home and say, oh, I killed my glutes today. No, you didn't. People will say things like, oh, but I feel them when I do my squat. I feel them when I squeeze my butt at the end. Okay, I feel my bicep when I flex it. Right. Am I building muscle? No.
Well, I can say for the 100 squats approximately that I do a day, my butt never hurts from doing them.
No, of course not. You
it's
thousands.
Not being worked out. But I feel like it really works my heart. It gets my lungs and my heart going.
But again, you do squats for a different reason. You don't do squats the reason most people do. Most people do them, well, I hope to God the only reason anyone is doing squats, the only reason is because you're a power lifter, an Olympic lifter, a football, like something that requires you to perform that particular movement for a purpose. Not somebody who's trying to build big legs and a big butt.
Right.
Because if you're trying to build big legs and a big butt, I have a surprise for you. It won't work. And if it does work, it's going to take a decade to accomplish something you could have...
That's too long for me.
It's going to take you a decade to accomplish something you could accomplish in a year to two. It's simply insanity to do that. It's insanity. But anyway, next question. I could go on about this forever.
All right, so let's go on to the next question. How many hours should you put in between your healthy meals? I know I could eat 5 or 6 meals a day. You probably eat
a lot.
So how many hours my hours go because I am just starving within 2 hours of eating. So I go to my healthy proteins or whatever. and eat again. So I eat about every 2 to 3 hours.
That's, I would say, normal. This again is gonna, I'm gonna keep addressing this, but it's got to keep getting addressed.
Mm-hmm.
People have this really very unusual and strange notion that because culturally we're supposed to have a breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that's all we're gonna do. That's a really bad idea. If it works for you, great. I don't see how it would work. Everybody's bodies are different. Your goals are all different.
Yes.
If your goals are to build muscle, you're going to be eating very differently than somebody who's just a normal person who does not plan on building a bunch of muscle. If your goals are you're an athlete, you're going to eat very differently. It's very dependent on the person. Good rule of thumb in most people's cases: eat every 2 to 3 hours.
3 hours.
People say, I don't like having breakfast. I don't like doing this. I don't like doing
I hear it
that.
all the time.
Here's what I have to say. If your protein needs are met,
Mm-hmm.
if you have enough protein for the day, and you have been able to divide that into at least 3 meals, I would urge 4 to 5, but at least 3 meals, and again, protein needs are met, you're gonna be hungry every 2 or 3 hours anyways.
Yes.
If you're overeating, you know if you're overeating. It's pretty simple. You know you're overeating because you eat some food, and then you eat some more, and then you still eat some more, and then you're like, oh God, I'm stuffed. Do you need daddy to come tell you that you ate too much? No, you're fully aware that you ate like a pig. Eat healthy foods.
Right.
Do it 2 or 3 hours a day. It's not complicated, people.
I remember telling you in the beginning, I said, oh, I had a bottle of water and a banana for dinner, and
It's
you
not
said,
eating.
that's horrible.
That's not eating.
That's not
It's
eating.
not dinner. That's not even a snack.
Right.
Not even a snack. Not anything. People, here's just an example. I had 3 salads today,
Mhm.
chicken breast,
Yep.
and pretzels. I had a great day on my diet. No, you absolutely did not. You
Yep.
just put your body into starvation mode. Those 3 salads you had, almost no nutritional value probably. That 1 chicken breast, great. That's 15%,
One.
maybe 20% of what you're supposed
Yes.
to be consuming. So you did basically almost nothing, and you put your metabolism down to a slow crawl. We talked about this with the bonfire
Yes.
analogy in another video. You literally, you're nothing. You're coals. You're
Right.
nothing.
I quit eating salad.
You have to eat
It's a
constantly.
waste of time.
Well, you have to eat constantly every 2.5, 3 hours, and you should be instinctively if you're not eating out of a garbage can. When I say garbage can, I'm referring to fast food, unhealthy foods,
Drive through.
anything that is packaged. I shouldn't have to get into like you people. Again, I get frustrated with this because you'll look me in the face and you'll say, "I didn't know pizza was bad. I had no idea ice cream was bad for you." Shut up.
You do know.
You don't lie to me. You can lie to yourself, but it's not going to get you anywhere. Lying to me is going to get you exactly nothing. So don't even try. You know if you're eating like a raccoon or if you're eating like an athlete. You know. All right, moving on.
Thank you. The next question I have is, what is your preferred source of protein and carbs? For me, it would be, my chicken breast, but my carbs, I like to have my toast. You said no.
I said no. Yeah, I'm going to change my opinion on that. This is going to be something. Again, we kind of briefly just discussed this, but I am perfectly happy and content with anything that is a healthy protein or healthy carb.
Right.
Some of these things, we don't want to get into nutritional indexes here, glucose indexes, but
Right.
some of these things get complicated, but I'll give you an example. You said banana earlier.
Mhm.
If you eat a whole banana,
Yep.
that is a very healthy thing to do. That's excellent. I mean, you're not really going to get a whole, if you're trying to build muscle, you're not getting a whole lot out of that, but eating a banana is a good thing to do.
Right.
If you take the same exact banana and you blend that banana, you're basically now eating like straight sugar. The
Mhm.
reason is because you've essentially broken it down more,
Right.
so your body digests it much more rapidly. So therefore, it interacts with your body and your hormones in a completely different way when it's broken down like that. Eating a banana, eating an apple, eating those things is great. Orange juice, another great example. Eating an orange, perfect. Drinking a glass of orange juice, you might as well just say, please give me diabetes. I mean, that's what you're doing.
Sugar.
It's what you're doing. Every time you have that nice, healthy glass of orange juice, guys, Google me. You don't have to question what I'm saying. Just Google it. I mean, it's not complicated. Google why orange juice is bad for you.
Well, I won't tell you since this virus started. People think they need to drink a 20-ounce cup of orange juice every day to not get the virus. How true is that?
That's really dumb.
Zero.
I don't know how to say that nicely. That's just really stupid. It's very.
But it
very
is
ignorant.
very, very true. I see it every day in the restaurant. Every day.
Okay, we're gonna.
People think they need the large orange juice.
We need to move on, but I'm gonna keep this simple, guys. We're gonna touch on something completely unrelated to. Well, it's not unrelated, but it doesn't really have anything to do with what we're currently talking about. I want to make something clear to you. Whether you think so or not, if you own a smartphone, you are, for all intents and purposes, basically a cyborg. That phone doesn't leave your side, it doesn't leave your sight. You have all your personal information, you basically run your life from that phone. It's a piece of you. If you don't have your phone, you panic. Let me explain something about your phone to you. Your phone has access to all of the information in the world with the touch of a button. You have Google. Everybody has a Google bar on their phone. Let's start treating the Google bar like it is our subconscious we can access directly with a question. You got a problem in your life. What do? You go sit on your bed for 5 minutes, you close your eyes and you say, what could I do to fix this problem? What stupid things am I doing that I could stop doing that would make my life better? Well, guess what? If you don't have the balls to do that, you can pull out your Google smartphone and put into your Google smartphone something very simple like, why is orange juice bad for you? You will then immediately get the response and the answer for that. You will get many responses and answers. Use it intelligently. If you have a question, don't go around asking a bunch of random people. They're going to give you a bunch of random bullshit answers. Use the internet. It is much more reliable. It's in your damn pocket. Treat it like an intelligent subconsciousness. You have access to the whole world. Get smart, people. That's it. Moving on.
All right. Thank you. The next question that we had was, how long after eating should you go for your workout or go to train? Should you eat 2 hours before, 1 hour before? I mean, I do it 2 hours before because I don't want to have a full stomach.
So I'll keep this real simple. I mean, we already talked about how you should eat every 2 to 3 hours.
Yep.
For me, that time shouldn't vary. So say your training session, for most people it's an hour, hour and a half. Say it's that long. My opinion, you should eat 30 minutes to an hour before you work out. It should be quick to digest foods. Here's what's going to happen if you eat a Wendy's cheeseburger before you work out.
Well, I'm not eating that.
I'm just saying, here's what's going to happen if you eat a Wendy's cheeseburger an hour, even 2 hours before your workout. It is going to be sitting in your stomach. You're going to be burping and still tasting that shit. All of the blood in your body, not all, a good chunk of blood in your body is going to go specifically to your stomach and intestines to help digest that.
Right.
Meaning it's not there for your workout. You're not going to feel good. Okay? If you eat something healthy, you have a steak, some rice, some green beans, some water, and then an hour later, half an hour later, you go have your workout, you have some nice, available energy, you feel good, it's clean, you're not slowed down, you finish your workout an hour and a half later, it has now been 2.5 hours.
Right.
Have your next meal.
And I go home and I eat.
It's not hard. People act like this math is impossible to do. I can't figure it out. You can't figure out 3 hours minus hour and a half minus hour. Really? You can't figure that out?
But most people don't know how to figure it out.
I don't know how to help those people, then. It's pretty hard to help those
people. They just don't. So if it's not spelled out for them, they don't know.
That's simple laziness. That's simply laziness.
Well, I had to write down what I do at 4 in the morning, what I do at 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? But if you put down that you're going to eat every 2 hours, at least it's right there on the list.
Going back to your cell phone, do you have an inability to set phone alarms? Is that impossible for you to do?
Right, that's a very easy way.
Can you not carry a timer with you? You don't have a watch? I'm like, what is this? Like, you what? What is it? You know, like you can't do things? Come
They
on.
want the miracle diet.
There's no miracle diet. You don't do the
I
work.
know.
Actually, you know what? Let's stop there and lead into what I'm
Okay.
about to talk about, actually. So, the rest of this video, guys, we're going to talk about a really extraordinarily commonly misunderstood subject. I know you've heard this. Everyone has heard this. I can't stay motivated on my diet. I can't stay motivated on my... I hear this at least once a day.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stay motivated to be on my plan. Well, that is actually an inaccurate statement. I could be arguing semantics, but it's an inaccurate statement. People confuse the word motivation. They confuse inspiration with motivation.
Mm-hmm.
They confuse discipline with motivation sometimes. They'll confuse willpower with discipline. Like they'll confuse all these things. These things are actually all related, and it's something called plan adherence. Now, I'm gonna talk specifically about losing weight. Could also be in relation to gaining weight. A lot of people try to gain muscular weight. But this is specifically talking about weight, guys. But you apply this to any plan in your life. You want to start a business? This applies. You want to start a YouTube channel? This applies. You want to start a book? This applies, okay? These are the highs and the lows of plans. When you have the knowledge as to how this works, you are far more likely to succeed and just instead of simply, like, I'm a failure, I can't do this, oh, I can't stay motivated, what a loser I am. I got news for you, I'm a loser. I'm a big loser. I've been through all of these, almost on a daily basis I go through these, so I guess I'm a loser too. No, I experience all of these just like everybody else. People meet me and you're the most disciplined man I've ever met. Oh my God, you're so weird, you're so special. They think the ground just came together into this golem that is me. But no, I'm a human, I have anatomy, I had a rough upbringing, I had the same thing as everybody else. Okay, I got the same problems in normal life. I simply learned how to master these 6 things. So we're going to talk about this. It's going to be new for you, actually. A little bit, not really, but a little bit new for you. So anyways, your success in any given plan is entirely determined by your adherence. Now, I'll talk a lot about goals. I'll talk a lot about having specific goals, about developing habits. In reality, what a coach does, a good coach, his main priority is to get you to a stage where the behaviors have become habitual, they are easily understood, and you're good to go. At that point in time, you should no longer need a coach. That is a good coach. That's somebody who got you where you wanted to go. Good coach also explains these concepts, which is what I'm about to do to you and to everybody else right now. So, any diet that will cut your calories below maintenance, maintenance being whatever my current weight is, it is staying at that weight. It is a level weight. So if you track your calories for 3 to 7 days, and you will roughly see how much calories you are consuming each day. It's very easy to do. Once you know that, you know what your maintenance is. This is about what I consume every day. 2,200 calories is about what I eat every day. Okay, you know that. So any diet that drops you below that, doesn't matter how big the deficit is, although I encourage a very small deficit.
Small, yes.
Big problem people make is they have a 2,200 calorie diet. They say, well, I want to lose a pound this week. I'm going to remove 1,000 calories a day. Well, it's not going to work. It doesn't work. What you need to do is remove 200 to 300 every day, and let it go slow and low. Slow and low. But I digress. Again, any diet plan, I'm being clear about this, just about any of them, the South Beach diet, the Atkins, the keto, even to some degree vegan and vegetarian. I do say to some degree because I don't agree with them, but to some degree. As long as it's below maintenance, the diet will work. The problem is people don't do the damn diet. They don't. They think they do, but they're lying. They say, the diet says, I need you to measure 30 grams of protein per meal. What do? They don't get a scale. They get like a cup thing, and they're like this.
You get a guesstimate.
Okay, cool, yeah, that's good, looks about right. No. If the diet says, get a digital scale, measure 30 grams of cooked chicken breast for every meal, That's exactly what it means. It doesn't mean 29, it doesn't mean 28, it doesn't mean 31 or 32. It means 30. So if you're not doing that, I mean, I can't even talk to you because you're not doing what you're supposed to do.
Right.
So anyways, diet is all mental is basically what I'm saying. Any diet plan will work. It's basically all in your mind. Here are the in the mind steps. Very simple. Inspiration, motivation, initiation, discipline, habit, and finally, passion. Those are the steps. All of those together add up to plan adherence. Now, again, we're specifically talking diet plan, but it's all plan adherence. This is any plan. I want to be a trumpet player. I want to be a professional football. I want to own a company, whatever.
Yes,
any plan.
You need all of that.
Okay, so keep this real simple. Intention, it's commitment to execute a plan. It's not just a goal, but it's how am I going to get there? So, I'll give you an example. People say, I'm going to take a vacation to Hawaii. I say, great. When you going? I don't know yet. Well, that's not a plan. That's not a goal.
Right.
I have a wish to go to Hawaii.
There.
Now, if you were to tell me February 19th to February 22nd, I'll be going to Hawaii on first class tickets and staying at this hotel and doing these activities, I would believe you. If you tell me I'm going to go to Hawaii on a vacation, I'm not going to believe you, and you're probably not going to believe you either. So intention is laying out very clear, specific, what you're doing, how you're getting there, step by step. That's intention. Motivation. Motivation is, I don't want to say motivation is crap, because motivation is helpful, of course, to a degree. I use motivation on a daily basis, but motivation is very, very temporary. Motivation, I'll give an example. Whenever the new Rocky movie comes out, everybody wants to be a boxer. They leave the movie theater. They get all excited. How many people the next day sign up at a boxing gym, buy a pair of boxing gloves, buys a punching bag, and starts working back? How many people? 10? 15? I mean, how many? Not many. So motivation is watching a YouTube video. And it's got that music that goes up and down, and you got the guys, and they're doing their thing, and everybody's all, and then you turn it off, and you're like, I'm going for a run. So if you didn't want to go for a run before, and then you go for a run because you watched that video, excellent, and more power to you. You're doing it, excellent. But you must understand, it is very temporary. And I've actually tried this several times in my life, literally just like 24 hours a day motivational videos to keep me going. It does not work. It doesn't work because of the next things we're about to talk about. On motivation, by the way, the only thing that goes away faster than the motivation, that is the inspiration. Inspiration is good for exactly one thing and one thing only, and that is getting started.
Right.
We should talk about inspiration for a second. Inspiration, there's two different kinds of inspiration, positive and negative.
Yep.
Positive inspiration would be, as I said, looking at a transformation video of somebody. Your sister loses 80 pounds in a year. She looks amazing. Gets a new husband. You're like, listen, if she could do it, I can do it. I'm going to do this thing. You're inspired. Okay. Well, then there's also negative inspiration. Negative inspiration would be something along the lines of, I lost my job. I just realized I'm about 100 pounds overweight. I can't walk up 5 flights of stairs without dying. Look like I'm about to die when I do that. People look at me and point at me and call me the fat guy. Okay, that, again, I'm not going to badmouth that. That is for me, negative inspiration is the most powerful. I love people who tell me that they don't like me and they hate me and they think I'm a piece of shit. I love it. I eat it. I eat that up. I think it's awesome.
I'm a girl. I don't.
Yeah, I know you don't like that. I enjoy that. People tell me, you're not. There's no way you'll do that. There's no way you can do that. I'm like, oh, okay, well, you just awesome. Watch me. Tell me I can't do it. Tell me some more, please. But again, it's negative, but it is productive if it gets your ass moving. But again, that shit. If you're the fat guy and you got people pointing at you because you're so fat you can't walk and you have to take a scooter to move,
right?
Guess what? Use that. Don't get upset and cry. Use that negative inspiration. Get uncomfortable. Go to a gym. Go for a walk. Go get it. I don't care. Yoga, DVD, whatever.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever. Do something. Use that temporary inspiration to get you to the motivation. Once you get to the motivation, get to your intention. Your intention, by the way, can greatly be, let's say, shored up or even created by having a coach or by having an accountability partner. An accountability partner is a third person who literally can take a look-see at your life and will be honest with you and say, listen, you are fucking this up. You're screwing this up, and your job is not to say, oh, you don't know me, you don't know my circumstances. No, your job is to say,
you're right.
I already knew you were right, I just didn't want to admit it. Bite the bullet and fix it. As they say, you can't fix a problem until you recognize there is one. As you well know, you must recognize the problem, and then you must be willing to do something about it, which means you must have a plan. This is where a coach or an accountability partner is invaluable.
Right.
They take a big step back, they take a look at it, and then they keep you going on the path. And if you start straying, they say, hey, listen up. You said we must. You said how important. We must. This is what you're doing next. You keep them on it. You even if they don't like you, you harass them. You harass them.
I know. I've been there.
Oh, you've been there. You're still there sometimes. But anyway, so in regards to diet, that would be intention with a diet. It would be having a very clear, concise, laid out diet plan. That would be intention, having a clear diet plan, knowing exactly what you're going to eat every day.
Right, like you gave me 10 or 12 things that I could eat.
Here you
and
go.
That was it.
Start with these. And then what did we do? Then we calculated it a little bit more. We fine-tune it a bit more, but that's where I come in. If you didn't have that, you'd get wrapped up in your own world, your own life, and it wouldn't happen. I mean, you don't need me, but you need somebody. You know what I mean? You gotta have somebody. Wife, a best friend, somebody you trust and will be honest with you. It's very important. Anyways, leading in, discipline. Now, discipline, for whatever reason, is what everybody refers to me as. I'd like to be very clear, I am not the disciplined, I mean, I'm disciplined, but I'm not the disciplined and be-all, end-all. I am all 6 of these things. I simply...
You are very disciplined, though.
Well, it's more, we're going to get to why that's not technically true. So discipline is the use of willpower to meet your intentions. So we just discussed what your intentions be. In this particular case, your intention would be sticking to your diet plan. So discipline would come in on your bad days. Discipline would come in on the days where you want to cheat. Discipline would come in the days you want to eat the birthday cake. Discipline would come in the days you want to go drinking with friends. That discipline is the teeth gritting, I am an adult and I will control myself, willpower. Here's the problem with discipline. It doesn't last very long. And I'm serious, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't last very long. Here's why discipline doesn't last very long. Now, don't get me wrong. There are people, I mean, not me, but there are people, the Navy SEALs, who literally are nothing but disciplined. These people, the best of the best of the best, the athletes, the best of the best, the athletes in the world. Yeah. I hope to be there one day. I don't think I'm that amazing yet. But they're literally nothing but discipline, nothing but willpower. Nothing will stop these people. They will not be stopped. But that is entirely the mental discipline that they have acquired from years and years and years and even decades of grinding repeatedly. It's an awe-inspiring. So I'll give you a discipline example. When you're dieting, in the beginning, when you first get to you're first experiencing, oh God, I really want to eat that thing. Whatever it is, some kind of a food craving, there's food directly in front of you that you didn't even have a craving for, but now you do. This is where the discipline comes in.
Absolutely.
The first time you see that cake, that whatever the hell it is, it's like fighting a big old monster. It's like this big, impossible challenge. How could I possibly say no to that? It's right there. I've been so good the last few days. I've been on the plan. Certainly this one little thing won't make a big difference.
Right.
That's why the monster is lying to you. It will make a difference. You are fighting a monster. It's your job to say no. Now the next time, if you succeed in saying no,
yes,
the next time that let's say, temptation appears, it's no longer a monster. It's not like this big, terrifying, scary thing.
No, it's easier.
Now
every
it's just
time.
like a little tiny monster. And then the next time it's like just a little baby monster.
Right.
And then eventually it just completely goes away. Well, not all. It doesn't completely go away, but it goes away until it's just these little kind of things.
It does when you eat right.
Yeah, you can just swat it away.
Right.
But anyway, so that's discipline. And then discipline, finally, is basically, as I said, just to use to bridge the gaps when your everything else fails. It's like, okay, I absolutely can for now. But then you go away and then you get back to your habits. Habits occur after months and years of practicing something. Habits do not occur in a week. They don't occur in a couple of days. Brushing your teeth is a great example. Do you need to be motivated to brush your teeth? No. Do you need to be inspired? No. Do you need to watch a pump-up video to go brush your teeth? No. You do it whether you like to or not, whether you feel like it or not, whether you're drunk or not, I hope. Jesus. Whatever. But you will get it done. And you'll do it 7 days a week, and you'll feel weird if you don't do it. Why? Is it's a habit. If you go to bed and you don't do it, you'll probably get out of bed and do it, just because it's weird that you didn't do it.
That you didn't, right.
Well, it's the same thing with my exercise. It's weird if I don't exercise every day. It's weird if I don't do my cardio. It's weird if I don't follow my diet. It don't feel right. It feels weird. I don't like it, because it has now been literally years and years, decades of me doing the same thing. It's a habit. People think becoming robotic with their diet and with their cardio and stuff, they think it's going to like remove their freedom somehow. I'm serious. They believe that, like, I've had people say to me, do you want me to be a robot? I say, yes, that would be excellent. That would be fantastic, because I got news, you are an organic robot. Whether you, I don't care if you like it or not, you're an organic robot. I don't care what your opinion is. That's what you are. Get over it. So, yes, I want you to be a robot, and no, it does not take away your freedom. It gives you freedom.
Yes,
I'll explain
does.
why very briefly. If your food, your exercise, your studying, your reading, your sleeping, all these things are on a habitual schedule, you don't think about them.
No,
Now, if you're not, if you're not thinking about them, all of that willpower, all that motivation, all that inspiration, it goes to other stuff.
Yes.
Now you have time to think about other things. You're not worrying, where am I going to get my next meal? You're not worrying, how am I going to stick on my plan, because you already have the food ready in the refrigerator and a Tupperware. You're not panicking because I don't know what I'm going to wear tonight, when I'm going to go to the gym, I don't know when I'm going to have time to study. You have a set period of time for all of these things. They are a habit, and the remainder of the time of your day, you can do whatever you like. You can think whatever you like. You can be as creative as you like. You actually have more ability to think clear-mindedly. And again, just eating healthy alone and exercising alone will double or even triple your energy levels. Another reason I find it bizarre that people don't do it, it's like you enjoy feeling like shit, like you actually like feeling like a piece of shit. I don't. I like to feel energized, healthy, full of energy. I work 22-hour days, sometimes days in a row. I feel good. I don't feel exhausted. I feel good.
I agree 100%.
I'm helping people. I'm being productive. I have a great diet. I have a great healthy body. I feel good. Why do you like feeling like shit? I don't think you should. I think it's important that you enjoy feeling like a big pile of shit.
I'm glad I don't feel like shit.
Well, I don't mean you. I mean like people in general. But anyway, so how can we boost our habits in regards to a diet?
And
You bulk meal prep. What do I mean when I say bulk meal prep? It's real simple. If you bulk meal prep, meaning whatever your diet is, I don't care, and I don't like diets as a rule, but whatever you're currently dieting, make sure you have enough protein. Divide it up into some form of a reasonable schedule, meaning no 1 meal a day, meaning no 2 meals a day, because you can't tell me you can eat 200 grams of protein in 1 meal, because I can't do it.
that cannot be done.
And I can't digest it if I did. So it must be divided up through the day. So don't even try that with me. Don't even say I'm intermediate fasting. It doesn't work. Okay?
Start at 6.
Not if your goal is to build. Not if your goal is to build muscle. Intermediate fasting does not work. If it's just to lose weight and you want to be really unhealthy with how you do it, sure, you can do it like that. I don't recommend it. Anyways, you can have the same schedule for your meals. If you're always eating literally at the same exact time every day, your body gets normalized to that. And if you bulk meal prep those meals for 2 or 3 or 4 days out, you literally have, boom, instant habit. There's no more thinking about
Right,
your
you
food.
don't have to think about what you're having.
I'll have people tell me, I don't have time to do this, I don't have time to do that. I said, you don't have time. I said, so you'll go to a restaurant, you'll spend an hour eating the food, you'll go to another restaurant, then another restaurant, you just lost 4 hours of your day and probably $100 or so.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could spend 15 minutes in the morning in the kitchen, spend about $20, and have all that extra time and money to do something else with. But I want to see my friends, but I don't like how the food tastes. Well, then you don't want to lose weight, and don't talk to me. I'm not interested in helping you. I can't help a loser. Serious, can't do it. Anyways, once you have all your habits in place, this is the next step, passion. And when I say passion, I quite literally am regarding the love of eating healthy.
Right.
It's a bit of a strange concept to people, but so is the concept of loving their bodies. I can assure you that if you have a body that you like, that you work hard on, that you try very hard to make the best of your abilities, you will be very happy with yourself. And it will be very easy to stick to eating a healthy diet because you see the results. When you see the results, you stick into a healthy diet, and you feel amazing, and you look amazing. Why would you want to start poisoning yourself again? You don't, because now you are in love with the process. You are in love with the fact that eating healthy food makes you feel good. You are in love with the fact that they actually taste good to you now because you're not contaminated with chemicals that have been force-fed into you. You love the fact that they don't screw with your hormones, that you sleep better. You love the fact that they make you feel better. I mean, I could keep going. But I love the process of my food. Most people, they taste my food, they can't even begin to eat it. Like, I can't eat that. It's so buh. I said, I don't give a shit. You don't need to eat it. You don't have to eat this. I eat it.
But don't you find if you go off of your regimen of meals, you feel horrible? I mean, your stomach, your intestines. I cannot eat other food besides
I can't really relate. I mean, I just don't.
What my stomach is used to in the past 7 months, and feel good.
So I just don't. Yeah.
I know, I don't bother anymore because
don't.
it's not worth the agonizing
Then,
feeling all day long.
But that's the thing is most people listening to this, that's how they feel the entire day, and because they're normalized to the sensation, they don't even know that's what they're feeling.
Right.
Let's wrap. We got to wrap this up. So, anyways, how do we get passion? By doing all 5 of these things I said before passion, repeatedly for months and years, gaining the results, surrounding ourselves with like-minded, inspirational, passionate people as well. That helps greatly. Understanding the good you are actually doing when you put the food in your body, and you understand the good because of the feeling of energy, the feeling of health, and obviously the results you get. All of those add up very simply to passion. Passion, I don't think anyone can say anything negative about passion. I mean, passion is passion. If you have passion, you're an extremely lucky individual. But I will tell you, passion does not strike, by the way. That's inspiration.
Yep. Passion
is not this thing that I am so passionate I want to become a scientist. I want to become a doctor.
Right.
That's not a thing. No one in the world has ever had that. That is not a legitimate factual statement. Passion is developed to become a scientist or a doctor or the best one after years and years and years of going to school, doing all the work, helping people, seeing the results, getting paid for your work. Suddenly you're very passionate about it. Why? It's because you've grinded for years.
Yes.
Passion. I'm waiting for my passion to come to me. I'm waiting to feel. No. It doesn't happen that way, you know? It's crazy. But do you have anything else to add here? We gotta wrap this up.
No, but I hope that was very inspirational for everyone today.
Educational in my case. I hope it was educational.
And educational.
Inspiration is temporary. Remember that shit.
Tune in next week.